It's another sunny day here in rural France. Got a lot of tips from people in the comments last night about what I could do to try and check the mower to make sure I can get it going. Someone said check the fuel. Like, I mean, that's the most basic thing you do when you're fixing a mower. You always... Good morning. We're fencing today. So, I don't have cows, but I know people who do, and I know a little bit about cows. And the one thing I know about cows is they like to break fences. And that's exactly what they've done down in a really awkward part of my farm. So I'm going to have to get down there now, see what damage we have to deal with, and see if I can bodge in a new section of fence. Lovely cows. It's not as bad as I first thought. That doesn't look broken at all. I think I might have got a miscommunication from a neighbour. I know, here we go. Pieces of tree have fallen down, blocked the electric, which isn't good because you need to keep that white wire there. That's my electric fence, and that keeps the cows in where they need to be for the moment. And looks like we got some trees and bits and pieces down. They've kind of felled it a bit. And we got stuff like this we need to fix up. So the cows that are going to go living in that field in a few days, I think, won't suddenly decide to come into this field, which they're not due to come into at the moment. Right, well, let's start there and work our way down. See what we're doing. Here's where we are. So kind of from there up, there's a few trees down over the wire and the fence that I'll get rid of in a minute, but from here down we got one wobbly fence post which is sort of broken at the bottom that needs to come out. I have one in the back of the car. Then I need to retighten this section of fence, clear off the wire. That's kind of the initial plan. This is the fence me and Dan Preston put in when I first moved here. And every year it kind of just needs a good cleaning off. It stood the test of time though. I've only ever had to replace about 6 or 7 posts over the years. So yeah, standing up quite well really. In France we use split chestnut posts a lot. So that's what a split chestnut post looks like. Really easy to split apparently, and very good for fence posts. You see it all over the place. Like, a lot of farmers don't fence their fields at all. I am not a farmer, I just have some fields. But I decided when I moved in, I just wanted it all to be kind of fenced and secured. Don't know. Anyway, let's get this fence post sorted. Now with a bit of luck they'll just pull out. will they hell. Would be one of the posts that's like has every staple known to man in it. I'm sure there's an easier way of doing this. What a lovely day. Rather than doing this in the morning when it's shady down here, in the afternoon it's quite warm down here. The great thing about small brambles is you don't know where they are until you close your fist around them, which is always nice. There you go, one knackered fence post. Right, pin that there, tension up all that, I think we'll be in good shape. Fencing nails. And Dan came to help me do all this. He had this special fence tensioner tool thing that we tensioned all the sections with. I don't have one of them. I must actually see if I can borrow it off him. I'm sure he's got it squared away somewhere. It's looking better already. Oh, big ditch there. Will do us. We need one of them pigtail posts for the top. Yes, I have a tool for doing this. No, I didn't bring it with me. Now, oh there, stop breaking me fences. That's not a bad morning's work. So about 50 metres of fence line cleared. And all in the shade as well. That was quite nice. Right. Need to go and get something from a strimmer because, well, let me show you. Now, strimmer working perfectly thanks to Nick. Except for this bit. There should be two of them. Let me show you what happened. So this bit's only aluminium. Well, I think the whole thing's aluminium, but this bit snapped. Now, it's kind of my fault because a few months ago I did drop something on it right there and it kind of creased it a bit. And once you crease or bend aluminium, especially an aluminium tube, you're very likely to have a break at that point. And sure enough, it finally broke. But it's only a bar with a couple of grips. So I should be able to take the grip off that one, take the bar off, and get a new one and stick it back on, and then we're back in business. But I just need to find where the still dealer is. I think there's one in the city. There might be one in Garay. I don't know, I'll have to have a Google. But I think that's us for the morning. Yeah, well, let's go get a cup of coffee, sit in the sun for a bit, and then make a decision on what we're going to do this afternoon. Gotta say, I do love this Jeep. Keep threatening to get rid of it, but it just comes in super handy on the farm. It is a 1986 Mitsubishi Montero, a 7-seater. Why do I need 7 seats? I don't know. And I rescued it out of a barn maybe 4 or 5 years ago, and it had been in that barn for about 16 years. From what I can gather, it used to be an embassy Jeep in the embassy of Gibraltar. Don't know how it ended up in a barn in the middle of rural France, but anyway. So, I would like to, you know what I would like to do with this thing? I would like to bring it to some sort of restory garage type place. Not that it needs a huge amount of restoring. And just maybe get the engine looked at, get the brakes done, get it kind of freshened up quite a lot, and then try and get it re-registered in France. And stick it on the road, because it's quite a cool little Jeep for adventures. Not anymore though. It's okay to drive on private land, but it's not legal to drive on the road. Oh, I think we need 4-wheel drive here. Yes. And it's just so simple. It's a 5-speed gearbox with a mechanical 4-wheel drive. Very important. No electrics. It just goes anywhere. Goes anywhere. So it's super, super handy. Anyway, coffee time, I think. One of the other things I need to do, see if I can get a chipper. Hire a chipper. Nick says you can hire them and they come on, like you can tow them behind something. I need to hire one, bring it here, and do a load of chipping, because there's loads of trees too small for firewood, too big to rot down on their own, that need tidying up around the place. Feeling this summer there's going to be a lot of tidying up around this place. But yeah, get a chipper, load of sawdust, good for the plants, I don't know. It's on my list anyway. Today's the 1st of May, and in France that means everywhere is shut. Kind of crept up on me. I didn't realise that was today. I didn't even realise it was Thursday today. So I've driven all the way to the city to find out nothing's open, which is awkward. Right, I'm going to see if I can find a bit of lunch, because it's nearly 1 o'clock, and then sort of go back and, I don't know, get on with the rest of my day. It's a bit spooky, to be honest. There's no cars on the road. Look, driving through an episode of The Walking Dead. I don't even think there'll be anywhere open for lunch. I think it's the Easter holidays this week in France, so all the kids are off school. So, yeah, just means... my God, look at this. This road is normally chock-a-block. I'll tell you what, we're definitely not getting that part with the Strimmer today. Definitely. So yeah, nothing open at all. So when I got home, I just sort of went for a nice walk for myself, because there was little else to be doing. Anyway, thank you for watching today's vlog. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm back at work tomorrow, so God knows what that will bring. And then tomorrow evening, we're all going off to a pretty campsite. Just pack a bag. Anyway, I'll see you next time.